Well, I figured since we haven't done a feeding video in a while, we probably should do one. So things have been going about the same. There hasn't been a lot of progress in the initiation of eating, but we've continued with, okay, don't mind the gagging. He's having hamburger for the first time in a while. He does not react well to it, but Doc said he needs some red meat because he's anemic, so we're trying. But, so dinner tonight is one hamburger, some lima beans, some raisins, and then a snack if he finishes everything. So, and if he seems like he's still hungry, I will make him a grilled cheese. But right now we're just working on getting it into him. Here, bud, you do it. So we did find that he has a real aversion to metal utensils. So you're not going to get him to eat anything with metal utensils. Plastic, he tolerates. And if you watch when he eats, he doesn't really let the utensils in his mouth. He grabs stuff off with his teeth and his lips rather than let the utensils come into his mouth. So that's something that we'll be working on in OT. So, yeah. Oh, don't mind the chewed up dill pickle. We discovered that he does not like dill pickles tonight. Yeah. But he loves raisins. So he's got some of them on there because they're also something the doctor recommended for his belly. But doing pretty good. He's still not wanting to initiate feeding, even when it's preferred stuff. Like even if it's Dunkin' Donuts Munchkins, he does not initiate feeding. He doesn't initiate the process. Like he'll sit with it in his lap and wait for a little prompt or a little verbal. Hold on, we'll get it in a minute. He's having a hard time with the mustard. So overall, like we're just kind of steadily plugging away. I haven't done a lot of videos because we haven't had any like major breakthroughs. It's been very slow, tedious, working to make very, very small gains. But we did have one thing last night and one thing this morning that were kind of surprising, and I don't know, I hate to get too excited because you never know if these little milestones are gonna stick or if it's just a one-shot deal. So last night when I was getting him ready for bath, I had to prompt each of the shoes to come off. I prompted each of the socks to come off. I prompted the pants and the underwear to come off. And when it came time to do his shirt, I didn't say a thing. He just whipped the shirt off and handed it to me. So we'll see if that happens again. But then this morning, the new sensory diet that we're doing, some of that involves, are you done? You're doing a good job, babe. Chew it real good. Here, have some juice. Have some juice to wash it down. Here. You do it. You do it. It's juice. It's grape juice. You like grape juice. So one of the things that we found that he really struggles with is he's got it's called gravitational insecurity. So you know how like in the shower, most of us when we're washing our hair, we kind of tilt our head back so that the soap runs down our back and not in our eyes. Well, he just isn't able to do that. So one of the things that we're doing with the sensory diet is having him kind of sit on a stability ball, and then we roll him back, or I roll him back, and have him put his head back kind of in the direction that his body's going, but kind of letting it free fall as much as possible. The point is to kind of orient himself in the space. Come here, bud. You do it. So we've been doing that for, it's been a week now. And this morning, when we did it, he allowed me to actually put his head all the way back as far as it would go and left it there. So he completely did the exercise, and that was really exciting because if he can learn to do that, he's going to be far more comfortable lifting his head up and interacting with the world, because we think that's kind of been part of his issue, with the head down in the kind of catatonic, like, fog that he's been in for the last couple years. And you'll see, if you look back on some of the other videos, he's very active. I don't know if that's the right word. Like, he's not just sitting there looking at the foot. He's moving. He's fluttering the hands. He's kind of humming to himself. And so that's all, like, really, really positive stuff. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. But I wanted to kind of do an update video. I know a lot of you have followed him for at least a year now. And it's really good not just to inform people about catatonia, but also for us to be able to look back and see where we've come from, because it was really bad. And it's still not great, but it's far better. I could not imagine... Here, come here, bud. Here. You do it. I could not imagine him doing that a year ago. One, he didn't have the dexterity to work the fork, and two, he wouldn't let anything like that enter his mouth. Like seriously, no joke. Wouldn't let it. Here. Raisins.
Yeah.
Loves the raisins. Loves them. I am so surprised by that. Absolutely surprised, because he would never eat stuff like that before. If I had it like hidden in baked goods, he'd pick it out. So funny. He had a really great day this afternoon. I worked this morning and then spent the afternoon in a couple different therapy sessions with him, which is our Wednesday routine. And it was just really refreshing today after, a couple days of kind of feeling a little down, because we're just the progress is so slow. It's there, but it's so slow. And I want my kid back. I look back at videos of him from years ago and I think, gosh, we did stuff, we jumped around, we danced, and now he kind of just stands there. And I know some of that is pain, and we're dealing with that, but I just miss my crazy, funny, silly kid that he used to be. No pushing the food away. You're not done. You're not done. Come here. So, the sensory diet seems to definitely be... You got one more piece and then you're all done. One more piece and you've eaten a whole hamburger. Come on. Pretend it's McDonald's. Yuck. All right, folks. So that was a whole hamburger while we were sitting here talking. And some lima beans, which he will finish, and some raisins, and then whatever else he wants to eat tonight. He has had other stuff. This is not the only thing he's eating tonight. He had about, I'd say maybe 15 munchkins from Dunkin' Donuts between therapy and the few that I let him have after therapy as a reward for working so hard. But this is also a kid that we're trying to get some weight back on. So the GI is not worried about what he's eating, as long as we're getting as much into him as we can. And we're working on some things on that front. I think that just where he's a little bit more active is where he's having a hard time maintaining his weight. But we have to try and get about 10 pounds on him in the next few months. So I'm trying to lose weight. We're trying to get it on him. It's so not fair. I am watching everything that I eat, and I'm feeding him everything that I possibly can. We're the complete opposite of each other. It's so funny. But here, Kev, come on, you have another lima bean. Come here, eat your beans. They're good for you. Good job, bud. But so all right, this is getting really long, and I'm sorry. But I haven't done one in a while, and I wanted to catch everybody up. So we have a long day of doctor's appointments tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get some good news from the orthopedic on the issues going on with his hip. And then we have a follow-up appointment with a doctor that follows him for the catatonia, and I think he's going to be a little surprised at him. I'm hoping that he'll be happy with the progress that we've made, and maybe we might need to tweak some medication or try something else, because I would really love to see us move a little faster in the right direction. But overall, we're plugging away. All right, everybody, have a great night.